Protein has a ton of benefits. First one, helps you maintain and put on lean muscle mass. That's going to help you boost your baseline metabolism. Two, because your body sucks at metabolizing it, you actually burn more calories metabolizing protein than carbs or fat. Last one, protein-dense meals tend to be very low in calories, so you can eat a whole lot of it and still keep your calories down. So prioritize protein, keep your calories down, get to your goals.
How do you get bigger shoulders for a more well-rounded physique? The shoulders have three main heads: the anterior head, the medial head, and the posterior head. The anterior head, for most people, gets very well developed due to it being involved in so many movements. So we're gonna focus on the medial and the posterior head. You can train them 2 or even 4 times a week. The frequency you can train these are actually pretty high because of how small they are and the little fatigue they build up. Train them first during your workouts while you're fresh and you can put the most amount of effort in. Don't leave them last while you're exhausted from everything else that you did. Start incorporating exercises like lateral raises, rear delt flies, and face pulls, and then begin adding sets, reps, and load each week.
Here's how you can conquer gym anxiety, which, by the way, is very common. We've all been there before, feeling anxious because you may not know what you're doing. Everyone looks so fit and appears to know what they're doing. Reality is, no one is looking at you, nor do they care that you're new. We've all had to start somewhere, each of us dealing with these learning curves associated with training. The most important part is just getting started. Get into your car and just drive to the gym. Relax, it's not gonna bite. Take it one workout at a time and be patient with yourself. Focus on what you can do in that moment rather than what others have done. Baby steps. For example, start on the treadmill, then just go home. Next time around, stay longer. Use some machines and so on. Take care of yourself first before you worry about anyone else. The gym should be a place to let off some steam, feel good about yourself, and help get to your weight loss goals.
Here are things hindering your muscle gains. Is your stress controlled or at a minimum?
Stress releases a hormone called cortisol.
This could actually lead to weight gain. Elevated cortisol levels can temporarily slow down your metabolism and increase your cravings.
How's the quality of your sleep? Sleep is crucial to muscle gains as it helps rebuild your body. Your nutrition, is that an 80-20% ratio? 80% of the time you're eating clean, while 20% you can have the occasional cheat meal. And how's your water intake too? Enough water can help curb your hunger, and it's really good for your skin too.
As a personal trainer, I often hear the question, are carbs bad for you? Maybe a client got that from a movie scene or another fad diet.
You don't deserve them. You eat carbs, for Christ's sake.
Carbohydrates are not actually the problem. They're simply another source of energy in the form of calories. Carbs themselves don't cause weight gain, eating in a caloric surplus does. Many popular diets involve the restriction or complete elimination of carbs. This contributes to the confusion and stigma around them. At some point, every macronutrient has been demonized in order to sell diet plans and products. The reality is, carbohydrates are not your enemy. Carbs contain glucose, your body's preferred source of fuel. Check out this quote from Judith Warman, the director of the program in women's health at the Clinical Research Center at MIT. She says that when you stop eating carbohydrates, your brain stops regulating serotonin, a chemical that elevates mood and suppresses appetite. And only carbohydrate consumption naturally stimulates production of serotonin. There are other instances where serotonin may or may not be produced, so if you want to learn more, check out this article. So eat carbs, it will make you full and happy. Just don't overdo the calories. As long as you follow your calories and macronutrient targets, you're going to see good progress.
Personally, I think having a six-pack was overrated. I feel like the quality of my life went down as I got more and more defined. I usually only have a six-pack a few months out of the year. However, if you want to have a six-pack, this is what you need to do. Males need to be under 10% body fat, and females need to be under 18% body fat. Obviously, the lower the number is, the more your abs are going to show. Shoot for those numbers to get that ideal summer body.
Are you bored of your workouts and not seeing results? Resistance training can be boring and repetitive at its core. That doesn't mean that you can't mix things up to make it a little bit more interesting. A few of the things that I like to do with my clients to kind of spice things up is to add in tempo reps, which is controlling the speed of each rep, whether it be going faster or slower. You can do things like drop sets where you drop the weight about 20% immediately after the set and continue until you absolutely can't do any more with good form. You can also do pause reps. Pause reps are a cool thing to implement where you pause at the bottom or at the hardest part of the movement for 2, 3, or even 5 seconds. These fall under the category of plank seconds, so be careful. But make sure you don't choose too many variables at once. You want to keep the workout simple, but add variation to keep it interesting so you keep progressing towards your goals.
Stop wasting your calories on liquids that don't even make you full. Here's some coffee do's and don'ts. Number 1, find 0-calorie creamers. Walden Farms is a great brand with a variety of flavors. Number 2, did you know there's multiple Frappuccinos at Starbucks that reach 500 calories? Instead of that, order lower calorie options. For instance, the vanilla sweet cream cold brew only has 110 calories. Number 3, drink black coffee. I know it might be bitter at first, but it's only 1 calorie per cup, and your palate will adjust eventually. If you work in an office, you know it could be tough eating healthy. You're sitting on a desk all day long. You get busy, and you're more likely to reach for junk food. Here are some weight loss tips when working in an office. Number 1, drink caffeine, preferably 0-calorie drinks. Caffeine helps suppress your hunger. Number 2, bring a pre-packed lunch. You can control your portion sizes. Finally, number 3, front load your lunch with protein. You will stay full longer and will limit your snacking. Here's some weight loss tips when you're ordering drinks at a restaurant. We want you to hit your fitness goals, but we also want you to have a good time during the night out. Number 1, check the menu ahead of time. Some restaurants offer low-calorie drink options. Number 2, choose clear liquor like vodka, tequila, or gin. It's got lower calories. Order one of those liquors with soda water and lime. It's less than 100 calories per drink. Number 3, don't order alcohol at all. Oh, come on! No, I'm just kidding. Well, kind of. In most social situations, alcohol is almost always involved. Just pick and choose when you decide to indulge. You have to remember it feels good to have fun going out, but it also feels good to reach your fitness goals and make yourself proud. Here's some weight loss tips when you're ordering out at a restaurant. Number 1, check the menu ahead of time. This will help you save the calories for going out. Another benefit is it'll help you find lower calorie options. Number 2, when you order sauce on the side or dressing on the side. Sauces and dressings have a ton of calories. Number 3, consume a protein bar or protein shake before going out. That way you don't hungrily order. Lastly, number 4, ask the server for a glass of water and drink it before the meal arrives. Water gives your stomach a sense of fullness. That way, you naturally eat less.
Creatine is actually amazing for you. It's actually found in a lot of red meats. It's very natural. It's been shown to help you increasing muscle mass and recover faster with your workouts. Everyone should take it. It's not gonna make you bloated. It's not gonna make you fat. It's not gonna gain much of water weight. It's just gonna help you with overall performance, help you get your goal, and help you recover much faster. The best one to take is something called creatine monohydrate. The other one's more expensive, less efficient. Stick with the basics. Creatine monohydrate is the best one on the market.
Well, waist trainers help me lose weight and belly fat. They've been around for centuries, otherwise known as a corset. They were regarded as a tool to help create a slimmer waist. This was thought to be achieved by gradually compressing the stomach and narrowing the waist long term, giving an hourglass figure. Unfortunately, that is not only ineffective, but potentially dangerous. Waist trainers can compress, displace, and damage internal organs housed by the abdominal cavity. It's not fun. They also put excessive pressure on the rib cage and lungs, making breathing difficult, and any change in waist size achieved via a waist trainer is transient and disappears shortly afterwards. It's all just water being lost. Rather than using a waist trainer or other similar implements, a smaller waist can be achieved through proper dieting and weight reduction. Fat stored at the waist will gradually be shed over time, leading to an overall leaner or narrower waist. As we always preach, there are no secret shortcuts to success. Disregard any easy, quick fixes and just stick to the
Listen, stop prioritizing cardio. You're driving me nuts. I want you guys to hit your weight loss goals. Cardio can help you lose weight, but it's not the reason you're going to lose weight. You need to be on a caloric deficit in order to lose weight. You can't outrun eating ice cream for dinner every night. Prioritizing keeping your calories down, lift some weights, and use cardio as a supplement to strength training. I believe in you, you can do it. If you have any questions, DM me, I'd love to help you out.
Do you drink enough water throughout the day? Sad news is, the majority will say no. Human beings are composed of nearly 60% water, and proper hydration offers a wide array of health benefits. Here are some facts about water. Number 1, hydration is key for performance within the gym, especially working at a higher intensity or in heated environments. Number 2, drinking water before meals can increase feelings of fullness, leading to one consuming fewer calories. Number 3, hydration can aid boosting the mood, working memory, and brain function. Number 4, hydration aids digestion and can reduce water retention, bloating, and constipation. To keep things simple, hydrate when you feel thirsty and aim for half your body weight in ounces. Here's a pro tip. Try to consume water before having your morning coffee. We already wake up slightly dehydrated, and many of us immediately drink coffee, which is a diuretic, and can lead to further dehydration. Cheers.
Ladies don't have to worry about getting bulky. Women simply can't pack on enough muscle. They just don't have the hormones for it, which is mainly testosterone. Men have about 5 to 7 times more testosterone than women. You've got a better shot at seeing Bigfoot in Central Park drinking a beer than looking like a bodybuilder without taking performance-enhancing drugs. You won't look like Arnold in 6 months, I promise. I wish it was that easy to look like Arnold. Anyways, follow for more tips.
Are you having cravings while on a diet? Let's start by saying that hunger and cravings are not the same things. There's really no concrete scientific difference between hunger and cravings. What I'm talking about is anecdotal evidence coming from a combined experience of 60 plus years of personal training. Hunger is a physical response to lacking nutrients, stomach growling, dizziness, and cravings are a psychological response to types of food, tastes, and textures. You need to ask yourself, are you hungry or just craving something? Your body has a natural response to hunger hormone called ghrelin, not gremlin. Ghrelin is released around the same time you typically have a meal. This is your brain telling you, I'm hungry, even if you're not actually needing a caloric intake. This is where those pesky cravings kick in. Here are a few strategies to keep the hunger down. Number 1, prioritize foods with higher volume and lower calories. 2, drink a lot of water before eating and eat slower. 3, stay away from liquid calories. 4, prioritize your protein intake with every meal so that you're fuller longer. And 5, reduce the amount of highly palatable food you eat. You don't need to get rid of all your cravings. We all have them. But if you follow any of these steps, you'll curve them more often and see results.
If you're ever trying to figure out which food bar is better for you want to figure out the percent protein. So it's protein times 4 divided by its own amount of calories. If you want to be lazy, just go on MyFitnessPal, scan the barcode. This chewy bar, only 90 calories, 1 gram protein. This is 200 calories, 20 grams of protein. There's literally 10 times more protein in this West bar than this chewy bar. This is a much better option.
Here's how to keep your salads healthy. Drowning them in fatty dressings is not gonna help your diet. One of the good things to do is check your nutrition facts, especially the serving size if you like a lot of dressing like me. And choose a low calorie option. So if you look at this one has 90 calories. If you look at the lower calorie option, this one's only got 15. It's as simple as that. Just go ahead and swap one out for another. Which barbecue sauce should you choose? My best friend Mark and I love Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Delicious.
But unfortunately, it's loaded with calories, coming mostly from sugar, which is not very filling. Try picking up a sugar-free option like this one and enjoy your food guilt-free.
Not all protein bars are made equally. You shouldn't settle for a food bar that won't help you gain muscle. Stefan here is looking at one option that only has 6 grams of protein. Instead, try picking up a Quest bar with 21 grams to help you hit your protein goals. Don't settle for just any frozen chicken. These frozen chicken tenders are a way better option than popcorn chicken. Although the popcorn chicken may have protein, it's not the best option. Tenderloins are one of the leanest frozen options and taste great. As a personal trainer, I always keep some frozen vegetables in the freezer for my diet. They're a healthy source of vitamins and minerals and are filling, so it helps you not overeat. A common myth is they are less nutritious frozen, but that's not true. Just as nutritious and even more convenient.
Do you keep checking the mirror for your gym results? You should not expect things to happen overnight. You'll definitely get back what you put in, but here's a tip to make sure you get those results. First of all, weight loss is a marathon, not a sprint. There's no quick and easy approach that gives you lasting results. You must be willing to routinely track your calories and hit your macronutrients for weeks at a time. Tracking all your food for a week on MyFitnessPal is probably more helpful to you than all of your workouts for that week combined. To prevent you from feeling discouraged about your work at the gym going to waste, make sure you're working on your diet as well. After all, your diet is where the majority of the weight loss comes from.
Can working out too much become unhealthy? Consistent exercise is one of the best things we can do for our health and well-being. Along with building muscle and burning fat, exercise releases a host of endorphins in the brain. That said, like anything else, there can be too much of a good thing. When you train, you're breaking down muscle tissue that needs to be rebuilt via proper nutrition and sleep. If you're chronically pushing yourself in the gym while neglecting recovery, you'll eventually run the risk of overtraining. Overtraining syndrome can manifest in a variety of ways. Here are some signs and symptoms to look out for. You consistently feel fatigued and rely on increasing amounts of caffeine or external energy sources just to get going in the gym. It takes longer to recover from muscle soreness between scheduled workouts. Minor aches and pains accumulated in training tend to persist or worsen over time. It takes longer to get warmed up and primed for your working sets. Your warm-up weight may also start to feel like your working weight. And despite following a sound program, your progress has plateaued or regressed for either weeks or months. So there's a time and a place for training hard. Remember though, more is not necessarily better. If you notice these signs of overtraining, be smart, listen to your body, and allow yourself time to rest. Sometimes, by taking a brief step back, you'll make more progress in the long run.
Is stretching a good thing to do before a workout? Well, it depends. There are two types of stretching, static and dynamic. Static stretching is when you stretch a muscle and hold it for about 30 seconds to a minute. This has been shown to be ineffective for warming up in most situations. Some examples include the hamstring stretches where you touch your toes, or the shoulder stretch, like this. In fact, it lengthens the muscle tissue while not warming it up and can increase the risk of injury when strength training. It's mostly used to increase flexibility. Dynamic stretching is the preferred method of warming up and getting ready to strength train. You will still increase the range of motion of the joints and increase muscle strength to help you perform well during major compound movements. Dynamic stretches include hip stretch with a twist, arms crisscross, or the simple bodyweight squats. Shortly put, dynamic stretching is generally done before working out. Static stretching, after. Make sure to watch out for more tips, tricks, and funnies.
A lot of people think you can't drink and still lose weight, which it's simply just not true. I'm not saying go out and get chocolate wasted.
I want to get chocolate wasted!
But moderation is fine. So here are a couple rules you can follow to still see progress. Avoid any sort of sugar mixes, stick with soda water, a little bit of tonic water, just low calorie mixing options. Something like a skinny mojito is low calories, but still tastes great. Minimize your dietary fat intake the days you do go drinking. Maximize the time between your drinking and your workouts. It is much better to work out hungover than to drink right after a workout. And so if you're like me and you crave these greasy foods when you're drinking, make sure to save the calories throughout the day so you're not gonna go overboard on the calories, or have something healthier when you get home that you could have to eat. Plan ahead of time, keep your calories down before you go out, and keep the drinking to a moderation. Or you can be good and just not drink at all.
Psych!
Here's why weighing yourself every day might be doing more harm than good. Your body is composed of bones, muscle tissue, fat tissue, organs, and water. Thus, the scale doesn't always tell the full story of your fat loss goal. Focusing on the number when you step on the scale can have detrimental effects on how we perceive ourselves and our progress in the gym. Our body weight naturally fluctuates throughout the day, just as it may change throughout the week. Your weight goal when it comes to fat loss or muscle gain is a moving target, so don't be discouraged when your weight is not going in the right direction you want. Here are other ways to track your progress. Before and after photos from the front, back, and side are number one. The way your clothes are fitting comes second. Circumference measurements, specifically around your waist, your measured body fat percentage, then finally, the weight on the scale. The scale can be a great tool for collecting data, and it holds you accountable to see if you're moving in the right direction. But make sure to consider the other variables as well, and don't let a number on a little square ruin your day.
Want to know the biggest problem we see as personal trainers? When clients start a weight loss program, they often adopt an all or nothing approach. You're either on a diet or off a diet, meal plan or no meal plan, 0 or 100. But you can't have a meal plan while you go on vacation, you can't have a meal plan and go out to eat with your friends, and you're just not going to be able to know what to do when you're off of it. Now, don't get me wrong, meal plans have their place, but they don't teach you flexibility with your diet. You want to be able to incorporate the foods you enjoy and know how to adjust when the situation arises. So what we usually recommend is the 85-15 rule. 85% of your calories come from unprocessed foods, the other 15% can be fun stuff. At the end of the day, you want to be able to have a good relationship with food while working towards your fitness goals.
How to get better mind-muscle connection.
But Mike, what is mind-muscle connection?
It's when you can actively feel the muscle you're trying to target start to fatigue before anything else. If you've ever been on machines like the leg extension or the bicep curl machine, you know what I'm talking about. A couple things you can do to help are make the muscle you're trying to target high rep sets. Every exercise has a different stimulus to fatigue ratio, so be careful not to overdo it on big compound movements to avoid injury. Keeping your hand on the muscle you're working out during the set, this helps you actually feel it working. Slowing down the tempo to focus on controlling the weight during every part of the movement. You won't be able to do as much as you normally could, but man, does it burn. You can even pre-exhaust the muscle to make it the limiting factor during an exercise. An example would be doing some light cable flies right before you start bench pressing. Give it a shot.
My favorite breakfast food is definitely pancakes, but I still want to hit my protein goal. I highly recommend picking up some Kodiak cakes. These protein pancakes have 14 grams of protein, and if that's not enough, you can always add some of your favorite protein powder to them. Also make sure to pair them with sugar-free syrup to keep the calories even lower. This one here has about 15 calories per serving, while others can have as much as 100.
I know there's gonna be a time in the week when I'm too tired to cook. That's why I always pick up frozen chicken. It's a lean source of protein I use for multiple recipes throughout the week. This is super convenient when I don't want to spend the time to cook something from scratch. It's easy, tastes good, it's nutritious.
During a diet, you want to reduce calories and keep volume food as high as possible. Substituting whole eggs for egg whites are a perfect way to do that. They essentially cut the fat content to zero, leaving you room to add those fats to other foods that you enjoy. If you're looking for different ways to get more protein from whole foods, try rotisserie chicken. It's something that we recommend to everyone. It's quick, it's easy, and you get 2 whole pounds for as little as $7. Can't go wrong.
How good is your yogurt choice? A popular brand like Yoplait is 150 calories, 6 grams of protein. Boo! Instead, choose Dannon Light and Fit. 80 calories, 12 grams of protein. Almost half the calories and double the protein.
If I don't want my sweet cravings to ruin my diet, then my favorite dessert choice is Jell-O. It's low in calories and is very sweet. Definitely pick up some Jell-O. Jell-O, Jell-O, Jell-O.
In a rush and need something quick with high protein? This will only take a couple of minutes.
Oh my god! You serious?
I was really hoping that it would make it like... Heat up Kodiak oatmeal, then add a scoop of protein powder. Stir until everything is thoroughly mixed, and enjoy. Try my favorite low-calorie cocktail with blackberry and lemonade. Add 1 blackberry along with 3 to 4 mint leaves into a glass. Then add 1.5 ounce of Simply Light lemonade. Muddle until flavors are infused. Pour in 1 ounce of blue iced potato vodka, then top off with 1.5 ounce of more Simply Light lemonade. Don't forget to add ice. Shake vigorously for 10 seconds. Total calories, 75. Here's a pro tip. For the garnish, spank some mint leaves as hard as you can.
You serious?
Yes, spank. This releases the aroma, then rub mint throughout the glass. This enhances the experience of the drink. Cheers. Need something that's tasty and low calorie? Try the strawberry limeade cocktail. Slice and dice 2 cucumbers and 1 strawberry. Place both into mixing glass, then pour 1.5 ounces of Simply Light lemonade. Muddle to fuse the ingredients. Then pour 1 ounce of lime juice and 1 ounce of blue potato vodka. Finally, pour 1 ounce of water to round it out. Add more ice if necessary. Shake and pour into glass. Total calories, 76. Cheers.
Gym etiquette, part 1. Don't get caught doing these 3 things in the gym. Number 1, don't leave a puddle of sweat on the bench you just used. No one wants to lay in someone else's sweat. Make sure to bring a towel to the gym or use paper towels. It's okay if you sweat. Don't worry about it. We're not tripping. Number 2, put your weight away once you're done. Tripping on someone's left out dumbbell is never fun. I don't do this myself sometimes, but we want you to do it, okay? Put the 25s where the 25s go. Number 3, let people work in with you on a machine. Plenty of machines. The gym is a busy place, but it's proper etiquette to let whoever needs to use the machine work in between your set. Everyone's trying to get their workout done. Let them work in. Just switch the weights as you go. All right? Good luck with your health and fitness journey. Gym etiquette, part 2. Don't get caught doing these 3 things in the gym. Number 1, taking phone calls. The gym is not the place to be having your side gig, startup, non-profit organization meetings. We get it. You're gonna start a YouTube channel and podcast and take over the world. Just please, take those calls outside. And use the actual phone. Otherwise, you're gonna get people thinking you're talking to them about your Q1 earnings report.
Is he on the Bluetooth?
Number 2, taking up too much space during prime time. Don't be doing your goblet squats or your dumbbell bench in the middle of the turf or smack in the middle of the cable area. We understand that your cable fly, jump squat, chest press, superset complex with the triple drop set can only be done this way, but maybe it will be easier to do them at a different time or completely separate. Number 3, excessively grunting during sets. If I have to turn around to see if you're dying, then maybe you're being a little bit too loud. I get it, I do it sometimes too. It feels cool sometimes to let it out on the weights, but we're not going to war or anything. We're literally lifting pieces of metal and plastic and putting them back down. Let the lions be lions, and then let us go back to laying on the floor scrolling on TikTok.
You need to try this healthy grab-and-go snack. Breakfast-themed Lunchable with hard-boiled eggs covered with everything but the bagel seasoning, fresh sliced prosciutto, cottage cheese with mixed berries, and lavash bread with cream cheese for your carbs. This box comes out to 438 calories and 33 grams of protein. Just swapping out 1 or 2 unhealthy foods for healthier options can give you significant weight loss results. You need to try this healthy grab-and-go snack. Here's how to make adult Lunchables that will satisfy your cravings and not mess up your macros. Grab your Tupperware and fill it with sliced bell peppers, spread with 2 tablespoons of cream cheese and everything but the bagel seasoning. Sliced pepperoni accompanies it with mozzarella cheese and cherry tomatoes. We chose Parmesan crisps because they are more macro-friendly than traditional chips or crackers. This box comes out to 355 calories and 26 grams of protein. Just swapping out 1 or 2 unhealthy foods for healthier options can give you significant weight loss results. Try this snack hack next time that you're craving chips and salsa. Mix a half a cup of cottage cheese with your favorite hot sauce or salsa and use it as a dip for Quest protein chips. In order to get more protein and avoid empty calories, swapping out your regular tortilla chips for these bring the macros for this snack up to 190 calories and a whopping 27 grams of protein. Enjoy! Here's a tip for the next time that you're craving pasta. Swap out your regular noodles for Bonza chickpea pasta that are higher in protein. Adding a half a cup of cottage cheese to your marinara sauce can up those levels as well. For an even more protein-packed idea, you can add ground turkey. Macros for this dish come out to 330 calories and 18 grams of protein. With the optional turkey addition, that will bring you up to 372 calories and 23 grams of protein. You need to try this high-protein snack. Everybody loves peanut butter banana, but did you know there's a high protein option? Topped with dark chocolate chips to add a touch of sweet, and that's all you need to make a macro-friendly snack with 23 grams of protein and 375 calories.